I would like you to tell the EOS community a story that you shared with me, I think it was a few weeks ago, that you have gotten your landlord to accept EOS. How did you do that?
Yeah, I always try to use my EOS in daily life. I tell family and friends, and if I can pay in EOS, I always pay in EOS. And one day I told my landlord about EOS and started to send him updates.
When was this? When was the first day that you told your landlord about EOS? Do you remember?
That was a year ago, I think, more or less. I don't remember exactly when it started. Somehow it's always I sneak it in somewhere. And now after 1 year, I keep sending him news, and with the EOS Network Foundation stepping up and funding becoming available, I think he sees now that we're moving in the right direction, and he started to get interested. And he agreed that I finally now can pay my rent in EOS. And I'm working as well with the neighbors here, that I start paying them, like local craftsmen or fishermen where I get my fish, or a gardener. And if I can make them to accept EOS, they maybe, when the price would rise one day, I still hope, that we get there and that they get hooked up with EOS. Then maybe I already have a lot of people, my team, who convince my local supermercado to accept EOS, because here in Brazil is like most of the small supermercados are run by families, and I mean and in the village everybody knows each other. So I have a good chance that one day I can go buy my food with EOS. Yeah, with the bigger supermercados, I think there is another strategy needed.
Yeah. Well, you take it step by step. First step is the local, and then maybe you could sprout something like what's going on in Venezuela, where businesses are accepting EOS more in the open. Maybe, I mean, but maybe there's too much of a legal risk. But that's amazing that you're doing that. So thank you to the ENF for allowing Dario to pay his rent in EOS.